What's up YouTube, it's Eric Kelly, aka The Tech Gentleman, bringing you guys another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at 5 tips and tricks for the TCL 10 Pro. Before I get going though, I want to remind you guys, make sure you hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I have links in the description below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll make sure to get back to you. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. But without further ado, let's talk tech. So guys, we're going to keep this video short and sweet. Like I said, I got 5 tips and tricks for you on the TCL 10 Pro. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the first one. And the first trick, not even really a trick, it's more of a tip. But it's something that I do with any phone I have an opportunity to. If you notice, my home screen layout here is super minimalistic. Only way I can get that done and still be efficient is with the sidebar, or as TCL calls it, the edge bar. So it's basically like a little slide out that you get. You can throw some apps over there, throw some contacts, and this one has an option where you can throw a ruler out there. So now you got a straight edge you can use to measure some small things, but this is critical for me. If I have a phone that doesn't have this option, I feel kind of crippled, because I just love having, you know, my entire home screen freed up. I don't have any app icons there. I don't have to worry about, you know, icon packs that have missing icons and stuff like that. So I love having this edge bar as an option on all my phones. The next thing I want to talk about is this button on the side. So if you haven't heard about it, it's called a smart key. And what it does for TCL is it lets you customize it to do almost anything. It's kind of crazy. So once you hop into the settings, go to advanced features. At the bottom, you got the smart key. As you can see, you got 3 options you can take advantage of: the single press, double press, and long press. And the options are kind of ridiculously long, right? So the one that I have here is the next vision. You can turn that on and off. That's some visual enhancements. You have options for Google Assistant. You can launch the Assistant. You can use it as a walkie-talkie, kind of, basically to where as long as you're pressing a button, it's listening, and as soon as you let go, it starts, you know, processing whatever you say. That's pretty cool. The camera features, you can jump directly into camera modes and start taking advantage of things. So if you want to press it one time and it automatically turns around and takes a selfie, you can set that. If you want it to automatically start in video mode, you can set that. That's pretty cool. In the gallery, you can look at your last shot you took. Smart manager, you can optimize the device and do some other stuff. I can even have it where it opens and closes my edge bar and goes straight to one of the edge bar options. That's very, just the functionality here is pretty cool. Then you just have a bunch of other random stuff like split screen and, you know, screen on and off. You can take notes, auto rotate on and off. I mean, the options are almost limitless. And I'm pretty positive you're wondering where it'd be nice if I could set like an app or something like that. At the top, boom, open an app. Now you can just have it set basically up to at least 2 apps, right? So you can do a single press for an app, do a double press, and possibly even a long press for an app. Actually, I'm gonna go and see right now. I haven't even thought about doing that. Open an app, so we'll have clock and long press for the clock. That is, like I said, that's crazy. That's definitely a very nice tip, if I do say so myself. Some of the other cool features on here they have are the gestures. So you have some of the standard ones like flip to mute. That's pretty well known. Pressing the power button twice to launch the camera, double tap to wake. That's kind of standard affair. But I like these 2 right here. So you have a 3-finger screenshot and a 3-finger split screen gesture. So what that means is I can swipe down with 3 fingers and it takes a screenshot. That's pretty dope. But also if I'm in a compatible app, so if I go home here, swipe up with 3 fingers, now I got my split screen popping. So now I can hop into maybe the browser and maybe I want to look for some files while I'm doing that. Now, mind you, this is running a Snapdragon 675, right? So it's definitely a more budget-friendly processor, but the functionality that you get out of this device, there are some flagships that you don't get this level of customization and functionality out of. And this smart key, it reminds me of the Blackberries. You know, they used to have like the function key. You can kind of assign whatever action you wanted to. And they made Blackberries for a couple of years. So I wonder if they picked that up from BlackBerry when they made this device. That'd be interesting to know. But moving on, as you can see, I'm already in dark mode, but that's one of the first things that I look for in the device. All right, so if I go to display, hop in dark mode, of course mine is already on. This is what it looks like with it off. It's kind of super bright, not really my cup of tea. You have two options. You can turn it on now and just leave it on, or you can schedule the time. So if during the day you want it to be, you know, a white background, and then once you get at night, you can have it to where the dark mode automatically enables. So that's pretty cool feature, and one in my book that should be standard. And next up, so the fifth one is kind of it's not necessarily a single tip or trick. It's actually like a couple of things you should do. So I don't know if you noticed, but the display on here is an AMOLED display, HDR compliant, gets, you know, pretty bright. And me going from a Note 10 Plus and an Oppo Find X2 Pro, like I'm looking at some of the best displays on the market. And I mean, this phone is definitely holding its own. Like, I'm shocked. I'll talk about it more in my review, but this display is a really big selling point. Kudos to TCL. Obviously, you know, they're swinging for the fences on a display as well. They're betting big on it. And in my book, it's succeeded. But you really want to be able to take advantage of that, right? So if you go into the settings, you have these next vision options. So you have visual enhancement, you have SDR to HDR. You can select your screen color. And I mean, you just have a bunch of options that you normally wouldn't see on a $450 phone, because for one, it wouldn't make a difference, because usually the screen is kind of trash, right? But with this display, because of the tech that's in it, I mean, it's a beautiful display, and these enhancements only make it look even better. You got an option to increase your sunlight. Even under here, you have an option to do the adaptive tone, to where it looks at the ambient lighting around you and adjusts the color tone of the display. Those are some really high-end features, on top of the HDR, which is compatible in YouTube, compatible in Netflix. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck in a display on this device. Like I said, I'll talk about it more in my review, but this is it's not even a sleeper at this point. If you look at any review of this device, people are surprised. I've been surprised, and it's been a very pleasant surprise too. I'm anxious and excited about the possibility of them doing a high-end phone. I mean, this phone is already, hardware-wise, it's great, and the things that they've really tried on, they've succeeded. So anyway, this isn't a review. These are just tips and tricks. But if you got any questions, or you got any other, you know, tips that maybe you've discovered on your device, definitely drop it in the comment section below. But until next time, guys, I'll talk to you. Peace.